Welcome to Worldwide Delicious. Today we are traveling far back in time to uncover the origins of a dish that proves simplicity can be timeless. Bruschetta. To understand where it comes from, we must return to ancient Rome, a world shaped by agriculture, community, and respect for the land. Picture vast landscapes covered with olive trees stretching as far as the eye can see. Their silvery leaves shimmer under the sun, while farmers work tirelessly harvesting olives and pressing them into oil. This oil was far more than food. It fueled lamps, played a role in rituals, and defined daily life. But there was a practical question every farmer faced. How do you know if fresh olive oil is good? The answer was beautifully simple. Toasted bread. Slices of rustic bread were placed over open flames until crisp and warm, then drizzled with newly pressed oil. One bite revealed everything: flavor, aroma, quality. That moment gave birth to something special. The contrast between crunchy bread and smooth oil awakened the senses. It was satisfying, honest, and immediate. This was the earliest form of bruschetta, not created as a recipe, but as a test that turned into pleasure. People gathered around, sharing bread, oil, and conversation. From humble farmers to wealthy citizens, everyone appreciated it. Bruschetta became a shared experience, not just food. Each bite connected people to the land and to each other. That is where this story begins. With toasted bread, olive oil, and a tradition that survived centuries without losing its soul. And this is only the beginning of our journey. As centuries passed, the Roman Empire faded, but its culinary wisdom endured. Cities changed, borders shifted, yet the bond between people and food remained strong. Across Italy, in villages and countryside kitchens, bruschetta stayed alive as a daily ritual. It was not about luxury. It was about resourcefulness. Bread was sacred. Nothing was wasted. When bread became hard, it was not discarded. It was reborn through fire. Toasting transformed it, bringing warmth, texture, and aroma back to life. Once hot, a drizzle of olive oil completed the transformation. The result was comforting, nourishing, and deeply satisfying. Sometimes garlic was gently rubbed on the surface, releasing a bold fragrance that blended with the bread. Other times, oil alone was enough. For working families, bruschetta was fuel and reassurance, proof that simple ingredients could still bring joy. This mindset shaped Italian cooking forever, making the most of what you have, honoring each ingredient. Generation after generation learned this not from cookbooks, but by watching and tasting. Bruschetta was passed down through gestures and habits. Toast the bread, taste the oil, share it. It appeared during breaks in the fields, family gatherings, and quiet evenings. It required no explanation. It belonged to everyone. Bruschetta became a symbol of resilience and creativity. Without knowing it, these communities preserved a culinary tradition that would one day travel the world. A tradition rooted in simplicity, flavor, and respect. And soon, one ingredient would arrive and change everything. In the 16th century, a new arrival reshaped the future of bruschetta. Tomatoes came from the Americas, unfamiliar and misunderstood. Many people were cautious, unsure if they were safe to eat. But Italian cooks were curious and bold. They experimented. When tomatoes finally met toasted bread and olive oil, something extraordinary happened. The fresh, juicy acidity of the tomato transformed bruschetta forever. Color, brightness, and balance entered the picture. Soon, garlic joined in, sharp and aromatic. Basil followed, fragrant and green. Together, these ingredients formed a harmony that defined Italian flavor. Bruschetta was no longer just sustenance. It became iconic. This evolution did not erase its past. It honored it. The dish remained simple, but gained new depth. Different regions adapted it, using what they had. Some added herbs, others legumes or seafood. But the foundation never changed. Toasted bread, Olive oil. Respect for ingredients. Bruschetta evolved without losing its identity. It became a reflection of Italian values: balance, patience, and care. It was served casually, shared freely, and enjoyed slowly. No ceremony required. One bite told the whole story. History, land, and tradition came together on a piece of bread. This balance between tradition and innovation is why bruschetta endured, and why it continues to inspire kitchens everywhere. Italy is a country of regions, each with its own culinary voice. Bruschetta followed this diversity naturally. In Tuscany, the focus stayed firmly on olive oil. Bread and oil alone were enough to speak volumes. Elsewhere, white beans, herbs, or vegetables appeared. Coastal areas introduced flavors from the sea. Anchovies and olives added intensity and saltiness. Each version reflected local identity. There was no single correct bruschetta. There were many truths, all equally valid. This diversity strengthened the dish. Bruschetta became a cultural expression. It told people where you came from and what you valued. Despite variations, the spirit remained unchanged. Freshness, simplicity, balance, never excess. That philosophy allowed bruschetta to move through generations effortlessly. When it began traveling beyond Italy, it carried that message with it. Good food does not need complexity. It needs honesty. Bruschetta was never meant to impress. It was meant to be shared. It opened meals and conversations. It invited people to gather and linger. More than food, it was a moment. That quality followed it into the modern world. For centuries, bruschetta was home food. Something made in kitchens, not restaurants. But in the 20th century, perspectives shifted. The world began to value fresh ingredients and traditional techniques. Bruschetta found a new stage. It appeared on menus, first modestly, then proudly. Chefs saw its potential. They used artisan breads, exceptional oils, and thoughtful toppings. Yet the essence stayed intact. Simplicity remained the star. Bruschetta became elegant without losing humility. It proved that refinement does not require excess. Its popularity spread quickly. It fit every occasion. Formal dinners, casual gatherings, quiet meals. Everyone understood it instantly. That universal appeal was no accident. It was earned through centuries of trust. Bruschetta did not chase fame. It welcomed it naturally. Today, it stands as a symbol of Italian cuisine worldwide. Making bruschetta is an act of intention. It requires care, not skill. The bread must be sturdy and honest. Toasting matters. The oil must be generous and flavorful. Garlic is subtle, never overpowering. Tomatoes are ripe and vibrant. Basil brings balance. Each element has purpose. Nothing is random. When combined, the result is more than taste. It is memory. Bruschetta invites you to slow down, to savor. It is not about fullness, it is about presence. That is why it remains timeless. It connects us to something essential. Bruschetta eventually crossed borders. Each culture embraced it differently. New ingredients appeared, new interpretations formed. Yet its soul remained visible. Honest bread, balanced flavor, respect for simplicity. Bruschetta became a bridge between cultures, proof that good food speaks a universal language. It adapts without losing meaning. That is its quiet power. Today, when you bite into bruschetta, you taste more than bread and tomatoes. You taste history, tradition, human creativity. From ancient Roman fields to modern tables, bruschetta has traveled far. And it remains unchanged at heart. Simple, delicious. If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe to Worldwide Delicious and join us as we explore the stories behind dishes from around the world. Because every plate has a story, and we tell it one bite at a time.